Hi guys, Dazzie is back. Welcome to my channel. This is Dazzie's comic book haul episode 84, the first of 2020. I've got 41 books that I've amassed over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Some from Christmas Day. I was given some money from my wife and my mum, so of course I went on to eBay and picked up a few good vintage silver and bronze age books that I'm excited to show you. I found some good ones in a couple of LCSs as well. Let's get into the books. Starting with books I've just picked up to flip, and then the more we go on, the better the books will get. So please stay with me. Starting off, we've got Primer, and this comes from Aspen Comics, and this is like a preview comic of Fathom. As a lot of you will know, there is a Fathom movie in the works. So pick that for 50p. Then I picked up Fathom issue number 1. I think that's the regular cover. We have a really nice variant cover. Fathom comes from Michael Turner. All these books were 50p. I picked up Spawn Kills Everyone, issue 2. I know there's a lot of Spawn lovers out there. That comes from Image Comics. This was an interesting one. Picked this one up with a bit of thought for my daughter because she likes the music scene, and she likes a bit of David Bowie. This is Gunning for Hits, the music thriller, issue number 1 from Image Comics, and I think this is a low printed book, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, there you can download tracks online that accompany the books. The artwork looks pretty cool inside. I was never a big David Bowie fan, but now he's passed away, I'm getting into his music a bit. This book had a little bit of heat for a little while. This is Gogger, issue 1 from Image. Again, I can't leave them there for 50p. If I can make a couple of quid off each, yeah, happy days. I know a few people picked this one up when it first came out. This is from Tom Scioli. This is GoBots issue 1 from IDW. Then a title that everyone reckons will be optioned at some point comes from Boom Studios. I picked up the issue 1, the regular cover. So to go with that, I picked up Once and Future issue number 2 and number 3. Low printed book, but meant to be a pretty good read. I must admit I haven't read it as yet. I've already got 2 or 3 issues of this in my PC, but I picked up another one to flip. This is Die, Die, Die from Image Comics. Some Kirkman goodness. Very brutal story to go with the cover. And then from Mark Millar, this one's has been optioned and is coming to Netflix at some point. This is the Magic Order number 1. Like I say, all 50p these books. This one wasn't. This one was £1, and I picked this up from Planet All Stars here in Gloucester. Again, another book that has supposedly been optioned. And I like the premise. Aliens come to Earth, and they are a nice alien bunch, but I think there are 1 or 2 naughty ones in amongst them. This is Port of Earth, issue number 1. And that is again from Image Comics, Top Cow, the imprint. So my brother-in-law asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said I would really like the first appearance of El Diablo. You know, bro, the El Diablo that appeared in the Suicide Squad movie. And he said, yeah, what'd you take me for? I know my comic books. Well, I said the issue was from 2008. He picked up the wrong books. But, you know, everything comes with a silver lining, and I'll show you why in a sec. He picked up 14 issues, first 14 issues of El Diablo from 1989. So I'll just show you these quickly. Issue 1. Not the El Diablo in the Suicide Squad movie. El Diablo number 2. Number 3. Now, number 4 is an interesting one. Here's number 4. And I already had this issue. And the reason I picked this issue up, because believe it or not, I don't know if you guys saw my AOK haul from Comic Vantage. It was also in my top 30 books. Well, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers NFL Rush Zone. I'm a huge Steelers fan. And El Diablo, issue number 4, is the first appearance of the Pittsburgh Steelers in comic book 4, believe it or not. Here they are on the telly against the Houston Oilers. So that's a pretty good novelty book. So like I said, that was issue number 4. Then moving on, we have number 5, all in high grade. Issue 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and finally 14. So thanks for them, bro. I will give them a look over for sure. I got him a Joker graphic novel for his Christmas present. Moving on, and these are the books I'm now going to keep. For 50p, I thought, well, why not? This was a lot of first appearances in this book, just came out from IDW, their 2019 series, G.I. Joe Wanted for Crimes Against Cobra. Now, as we know, there's some G.I. Joe movies coming out soon. One's going to be Snake Eyes. I think another one is based on a character on The Life of Me of Captain Q. But yeah, I have the book for sale anyway. I've got 2 copies of that. But this is the first appearance of Frontier, Tiger, and Fadeaway, and it is a Chris Evan house cover for 50p. Worth a gamble, I thought. Picked this up for £1. Still not sure whether I'm going to keep it or not, but it goes for about 5 to 6 online. This is New Mutants issue 100, but this is the second printing gold cover, the first appearance of X-Force. Sorry, yeah, first appearance of X-Force. I've got the regular cover, which is blue. Now I've got the gold second printing. This was a lovely find for £1. This book's going for 30 at the moment. I thought I knew where one was, and I was in luck. This is from Epic Comics from 1985, Coyote, issue number 13. Yay, what a great find for £1. This is the first published cover art in comics by Todd McFarlane. And it is a partial cover of the Scorpio Rose in the corner. So yeah, that's his first ever cover artwork from Todd McFarlane. If I ever met him, I would love to get that signed. I was going to flip that initially, but I thought, you know what, let's keep that one. Now let's get on to some option books that are either going to be TV shows or movies. This book I did a hot comic book alert about. It's just recently come out from Dark Horse Comics. That is Kill Whitey Donovan. Issue number 1. This is the regular cover from Jason Pearson. Basically, a woman from a prominent family makes a deal with a slave to help her get revenge on the man who destroyed her family. And that is her fiancé. Now, in December 2009, it was acquired by Hideout Pictures to be adapted into an action film. Like I say, that's the regular cover. And here we have the variant cover from Natalie Barahona. Kill Whitey Donovan, issue number 1. Hope you guys pick that one up for cover. Don't overpay. Another book that is being talked about to be optioned at the moment is from Image Comics, and that is Philadelphia, issue number 1. I'm surprised to still see this in my LCS a couple of weeks after it came out. This is about the horror of corruption and violence unfolds before a small town cop was returned to Philadelphia to bury his murdered father. And this is a regular Sean Alexander cover. Don't sleep on Philadelphia. Planet of the Nerds was optioned. I managed to grab a copy, and that is this is a £10 plus book at the moment. I managed to get it for just £2.19. This is about 3 high school jocks in the 1980s who were frozen by an experimental cryogenics device and revived 40 years later in a computer-driven world Ruled by Nerds. And this was optioned in October of last year by Paramount. It is from Ahoy Comics, which is a fairly new company. I have their first comic ever by their company, but I can't remember what it is. It's a superhero one, I know that. And another book that has just been optioned, and I jumped on it as soon as I saw the announcement. Again, from Image Comics, The New World. Yeah, this one has only just been optioned. This is basically about the United States of America after the Second Civil War. And just in January, just a week or so ago, Warner Brothers are adapting this property into a film with a writer already attached. And there are only 11,014 copies of this book out in circulation. So I'm happy to have this. I paid £5.90. Okay, now on to some bronze and silver to finish up with. And some good books. I just picked this one up. This was my first decent book I picked up. You know, the only two books I picked up was that New World this year so far, because I'm being more selective. And this one, I've been waiting for a nice copy of this, and for a good price. I picked up Submariner, issue number 50. Some nice Bronze Age goodness. And the reason this one, I think, has a future, this is the first appearance of Namorita, and Namorita Nita Prentice. And of course, there was all the talk in the world about Namor at some point joining the MCU, probably in the Black Panther. And so I can't imagine that he won't get his own movie. So every chance in Namorita. It's also the first appearance of the Mutant Crabs group. The seller at that is around about a 6.5. I agree with that. Could be a 7. And I'm a harsh grader. I paid £10.98. This is generally now a £20 plus book, so happy with that. Colours really pop. So, some books that I picked up from my wife and my mother. I picked this up from my mum, actually. Yeah, they both gave me £50 to spend, and I spent it on eBay. And I didn't spend it all, so I've still got a few quid left. But the first of these was a character in my encyclopedia, and this is Mystery in Space, issue 103. Yeah, I like to go for a little bit out of the norm. DC Comics book. This is the first appearance and origin of Ultra, the multi-alien, who is Ace Arn. Pretty cool book. You don't see too many Mystery in Spaces out there. So I can tick that one off. I think he appeared in an animated Superman and Legion of Superheroes movie, if I'm not mistaken. He has definitely appeared in animated form. Up next, this is a book that's really underrated. Like I say, I'm trying to get higher graded books, and this is a nice grade. Could be approaching a VF. I picked it up from my wife this time. I ended up paying £15.80, but it came free for me. And that is Invincible Iron Man, issue number 28. A very nice presenting book, guys. This is the first appearance of Howard Stark. Yeah, Howard Anthony Stark. He's appeared in so many MCU films and TV shows. He's been in Iron Man 1 and 2, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and First Avenger, Ant-Man, the Civil War movie, Endgame, and even an Agent Carter one-shot movie and the TV show from Agent Carter. It's also the first appearance of Meredith McCall, who is a love interest of Tony Stark. But that is a nice presenting book. I've graded it a 6, but I reckon it could be higher. Could be close to a 7. Really nice. Now this next book broke my heart a little bit, because I got a tiny little tape pull on the back of the book. And besides that, this book would be virtually flawless, I would say. It is from the Silver Age. And I saw the character in an animated show, Spider-Man show, a little while ago. I thought, yeah, let's go after him. He's a character in my encyclopedia. This is from the Tales of to Astonish Marvels series. And this is issue 81. This is the first appearance of this character here, Boomerang, who is Fred Myers. And it's also the first appearance of the Secret Empire group. But like I say, very high grade. except for I got a tiny little tape pull on the back. Whereas this was at least a 6.57, it's probably a 5.0 now, and that hurt. Like I say, £15.45 I spent of my mum's money, and I'm still, even with the tape pull, I'm happy. Presents really nicely. This next one I actually treated myself around the Christmas period. I'm very, like I say, very picky at the moment, and this one I'm delighted to add. It is, believe it or not, from Charlton Comics, if I'm not mistaken, and this comes in the series Judo Master, and this is Special War Series issue number 4, I believe. Is it 4? I believe it is. Can't really tell. But this is the first appearance. Look at that cover, guys. Look at it. The first appearance of Judo Master, who is Hadley Rip Jagger. And the story continues in Judo Master issue 89 from 1966. Love it. Just love it. This guy was basically a soldier in the war. Read it. It was fun. And he's about to be murdered. And then suddenly all these guys wearing judo outfits come in and they help him and beat up the bad guys, and then they train him up, and for some reason they stick him in the worst costume ever. Love it, and he's now taking down a lot of the Japanese, I think, wearing this outfit. They're firing guns and he's just beating them up. Doesn't get better than that. But a great book to have. And what did I end up paying for it? It was £20.45 I paid, and I think it's well worth it. I put it at around about a 4.5. It's got a bit of something down here, a bit of staining, but besides that, presents really nicely. What we got left? We got 2 books left. This is another high grade book. As you guys know, following my channel, my favourite series of all is Showcase. Had to have this one in my collection. Character appeared in, not this CW crossover, but the previous one, in the Arrowverse. And the book is Showcase issue 56. Look at that. Lovely presenting. Again, at least a 5.0. Could be a 6. It's in that region. And I paid, this is from my mum, and I end up spending £22.94 of her money. And this is, of course, the first appearance of the second Psycho Pirate, who was Roger Hayden. And Roger Hayden was the Psycho Pirate who appeared in the Arrowverse. He appeared in the Arrow and Supergirl TV show, episodes. So it's the first appearance of Wendy Taylor and the death of the first Psycho Pirate, Charlie Halstead. But I've been on the look for a good copy of that for some time, and it's delivered. And my final book is one from the wife, and it's the most I spent, and it was £27.90. Again, a book that is criminally undervalued. It usually is a £50 plus book. This one is slightly lower grade. I put it in around about the 3.5 to 4.0 grade. Nice Bronze Age goodness. The book in question, Detective Comics issue 411, guys. Happy to add this one. This is the first appearance of Talia Head, aka Talia al Ghul. And she, of course, first appeared in the Dark Knight Rises movie, then most recently Legends of Tomorrow and the Arrow TV show. So, yeah, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. I had the other al Ghul sister. Now I've added this one to the PC as well. So that's it, guys. That's my books. We got my sponsors today. We've gone into a galaxy far, far away. We've got Admiral Akbar and Jar Jar Binks. And do you know what? Have you been seeing what I've been reading? Jar Jar Binks is apparently going to be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show with a beard. Oh yeah, you heard it here first. So look at this. It's all Star Wars today. Yoda with his popcorn. And thanks for subscribing, everybody that's done that. If you haven't subscribed, please try to. It means the world to me. Ding that bell. I'm always bringing out content. See you soon, guys. Bye for now.